Hi. Look, I'm really sorry about this, but as you probably know, the way we spell things in English is not always the way we say them. Take these 4 letters, for example. O-U-G-H. How do we pronounce them? Well, it all depends. Put a T at the end and we have ought. So O-U-G-H is pronounced or, but put a T at the beginning and it's tough. O-U-G-H is now pronounced uff. So far, so bad. But now let's add one more letter to make though. O-U-G-H is O. Again, one more letter, R, makes through. O-U-G-H is oo. Can we keep going? Yes, we can. Let's add another letter, O. We have thorough. O-U-G-H is now ah. Okay, add one more letter and actually that's it. We can't extend any further with just one letter. But you see the point. The same letter's pronounced 5 different ways. 5. You know, that's not the end of it. Depending on what part of the English-speaking world you come from, there are around 11 different ways of pronouncing O-U-G-H. 11. Why is this? Well, a long time ago, the way we spelt things wasn't really fixed. So people wrote things down the way they thought they sounded. Gradually, over time, the spellings became fixed, particularly after the printing press was invented in the 15th century. Unfortunately, although spellings were fixed, something called the Great Vowel Shift was happening. This was a period of about 200 years when, for a number of reasons, the way we pronounced vowels in English completely changed. I know, crazy, huh? So, how does this help us today? Well, to be honest, not at all. But don't panic. There aren't actually that many O-U-G-H words anyway, and most of those are quite common, so you may already know them. Are there any rules if you come across a word you don't know? Well, some guidelines, but not really rules. If a word ends in O-U-G-H-T, then it is more than likely pronounced ought, thought, bought, brought, fought, ought, naught, sought. If it's 2 syllables and ends in O-U-G-H, it's probably thorough, borough. Other than that, the best way of finding out the pronunciation is to use a dictionary, because with 11 different possibilities, you might guess the right one, but the odds are not great. For example, and this is completely true, when researching this topic, I came across an English word I hadn't seen before. S-O-U-G-H. It's a verb which means to make a soft whistling sound, like the wind blowing through the trees. I said a soft whistling sound. That's better. But how to pronounce it? Was it so, like dough? Soft, like cough? Suff, like rough? Sow, like plough? Sue, like through? Sup, like hiccup? I guessed at soft, like cough. Was it a good guess? Nope. Annoyingly, it can actually be pronounced 2 different ways, but neither of them the way I guessed. If you want to know the correct way, you'll have to do what I did. Look it up. It's the best way. Bye. You didn't really think I'd go without telling you. If you've stayed this long, I think you deserve the answer. It's sow, like plough, or even suff, like rough.